Hello. I'm going to let people come on the stream before we start. Just let everybody filter in. Let's see. Making sure there's stuff going on. Oh, there we go. Oh no.
Man.
I know.
Man,
That was terrible. Here we go. I'm seeing some people. Hey y'all. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes, but I will say hey, hello. So lovely to have you here for the Celebration EP release show live stream for Maybe the Light by Pella Bennett. That's me. Playing with me tonight, I've got Adam Tilzer, who produced the record. So we worked for many, many days and weeks across the pandemic year in safe little spurts to get these songs together. After getting stalled in the demo stage, we had them all ready to go, and then the pandemic was like, no music for you. So feel very lucky that we were able to make it when we did. It was nice. So yeah, we're gonna be playing a live, intimate, stripped, however many adjectives you'd like to add, version of the EP. We're gonna play a couple of little extra songs at the end. But this is a celebration, right? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the songs in between, how they came to be, what they're about. Hopefully also check in with y'all in the chat box. I've got my phone to make sure I know what's going on. So feel free to chat in the chat. Feel free to ask questions, and I will do my best to answer them in the space and the time that we have. And yeah, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I know everyone's got stuff going on, even more so, even at the tail end, shall we say, of a pandemic. So really appreciate you being here. Even in a live stream, I miss live shows, but even in a live stream, there's just that lovely warmth of sharing a space with lots of folks who are listening to the same thing. In this case, that's me. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And really hope this is going to be, a celebration. So without further ado, we're going to play this EP all the way through. And the first track is one you are already familiar with, and this is called My Mother Says. Tuesday, 2 p.m. and I haven't left my bed. Something holds me quick. Molasses stuck between my ribs. Ain't that witty, easy to follow, make it pretty, easy to swallow. Pretend as if I can stand this place when I can barely stand up some days. Barely stand up some days. I wanna hit the walls until they break. Someone to say to me I'm no mistake. I want an inch of kindness, but I know that if I want to find it, I'll have to bend my throat. How can I? How can I?
And my mother says being sad sometimes is alright. At your age, God knows, so was I. How do I tell her it's a constant haze? It's always, it's the sky breaking over me all the time, breaking me all the time. I wanna hit the walls until they break. Someone to say to me, no mistake. I want an inch of kindness. Don't know where my being spineless. If I bear my throat, how can I? I wanna stop pulling my hair out. The noise between my temples to settle down. I want an inch of kindness, but I know that if I were to find it, ooh, I want an inch of kindness, but I know that if I were to find it, if I want to find it.
Yeah. Audience of one in the room right now. It's funny, a lot of artists who play live often have remarked during the pandemic some version of like, oh, it's so weird when I do a live stream and there's no applause. I don't know where my cues are. For those of you who've stuck around for a while, you know that live streams are not new for me. I've done them for quite a few years. So I'm used to it, but it's funny when like, it's like, should there be applause here? Should there not? I don't know. There's always going to be a little delay. But it's nice that y'all are here. I'm just checking through the chats and saying hey. Sad twerking. Love it. Love it. Yes, that is the mood I want for my music. Love it. Painful bop. Also great. Thank you. I love it. Y'all are lovely. I am so glad that you're here. Yeah, so my mother says, I think I've talked about it some length, but it's about essentially vulnerability, and finding it hard to be vulnerable, specifically with people you care about. I feel like sometimes, honestly, as a songwriter, it's easier for me to open up to my Instagram followers than it is people I actually know. Because it feels like, this is a thing I do. I write songs about things that hurt, and this makes sense. And it's actually much harder when it comes to real people in your life. In this case, my mother, who I know is watching. If you missed it, when I talked about it in various interviews and pieces about the song, what you're hearing in the gaps between choruses and verses is audio that we sampled from old childhood videos of mine. So you're hearing me and my mom speaking French to each other. At some point, I'm just saying nonsense because I'm a kid, but it worked really well where it gave us this nice little layer under everything. This next one, nope, that's incorrect. I'm thinking of the wrong song. This next one is, I think, very prescient for the pandemic, as actually a couple of the songs on this EPR. I wrote this song about a very far away friend whom I love very dearly, who may or may not be watching, but she's like 12 or 13 hours ahead, so we'll figure it out. But far away friend, and I don't get to see her very often, and so initially I wrote this song about the first time we had seen each other in literal years, and there's so much joy in that. And I think there's also a little bit of bittersweetness because you're thinking about where you were the last time you saw each other, not just geographically, but in your lives, and where you are now. And it just feels strange sometimes. And it's, I feel lucky to have those kinds of friendships that you can get very deep with the person very fast. And this is one of those. but it brings up a lot of, tough stuff, tough shit that we're all dealing with. So without further ado, this is a song called Anthea.
Anthea, I'm on the train to see you, and at each stop the doors flash yellow twice. Might not make it just in time to greet you, but it's been so long you'd only roll your eyes. You wouldn't mind. Find that bar we liked and nothing's missing. And if it weren't for birthdays and your bangs, I'd swear for a second nothing's different. But you laugh, call me nostalgic, and I am. For coffee on Charles Street, songs in the dark, and that time I held you while you cried to sleep. But you want more to settle for than settling down. Anthea, I hear it when you call me. Your faith, it shakes, it rattles on the phone. You tell me all about the cherry blossoms, not your doubts, but your stubborn pride's a side I've always known. You swear you won't become your father, but his love is steady just like yours. Don't be ashamed that you want more to settle for than settling down, down. You want more. 7,000 miles you put behind you, and I've borne this town for 7 years. Anthea, I know you're tired of running to things that once you get them disappear. But I'm still here, I'm still here. You want more to settle for than settling down. You want more to settle for than settling Anthea, I'm on the train to see you.
Audience win. Not two. That's true. I'm sorry. We have our lovely tech team over there in the corner. Tech team of one, audio team of one, playing team of one. We've got everybody just doing their shit. I love it. Anthea, I'm very excited for y'all to hear in its full produced glory. We've got the string stylings of Mr. Ward Williams, and we've got some vocal features from the lovely Elijah Mann and Jordan Popke. Very excited for y'all to hear that in total. Okay. But yeah, I feel like, pandemic, we're all trying to figure out how to stay connected and communicate with our friends who may be far away, even if they're in the same city, because we can't see each other. I just saw a friend of mine, I have no idea if she's watching, but I just saw a friend of mine recently for her birthday who lives in Upper Manhattan, and I live in Brooklyn, and that is a trek on a good day. And so it was a real joy to be able to, sit in a park, see her. We'd only really seen each other virtually for the better part of a year, more than a year. So that was lovely. Give me your E. Is it me or you? It's you. Okay. I'm sure my father is watching, and I say this every time I do a live stream, but this is my father's favorite song, the tuning song. Yes, it is a dad joke. He's the one who made it. This one, y'all know. I hope y'all know. I think I've talked about this song at length, so I don't want to get too much into it, but I'm just going to check the chat box here. Y'all are so sweet. Adam says hi. Hopefully my whisper registered. I know, yeah. When I hopped on a train to see her, she had already taken several planes, my friend. So, I got lucky. So this next song, I hope y'all know already, and I've talked about it at length, but essentially I wrote this song when I was starting to deal with some physical pain that I just didn't understand, that had never happened before, and it was a very, very intense, I would say the first 6 months were just complete confusion, and it was a lot of dragging myself to doctor's appointments, one after the other, and trying to explain what was going on, and being told, it's probably nothing, we don't know what it is, I don't know what kind of tests to do, let's try and do these, but really we're not sure, and not getting a lot of answers, which is what I kept looking for. So this song is really about that feeling of kind of just, and the other part of it that's important is I was getting told by a few people, some I knew and some who were doctors, who were basically saying, are you sure that this pain is as bad as you think it is? Are you sure it's not in your head? Are you sure it's not anxiety based? Are you sure it's not psychosomatic? And I was like, I don't know how to explain this to you. My body feels like it's on fire, so no. So yeah, the song was basically about what that felt like to try to be looking for answers, get none, and on top of that be told, are you sure? Are you sure that what you're feeling is real? Wouldn't recommend. But I got a great song out of it, honestly. So this is a song called In This Body.
Lightning meeting bone, sensations unknown, fighting a ghost, something in me, looking to start a mutiny. I'm scared to be alone. I don't know how to be in this body, this house that's falling apart as I'm watching. I don't wanna let it cave, I just want another way. I don't know how to be home, home, home. body. String of waiting rooms, endless deja vu. What on the walls? Am I awake? Tell me exactly which pill to take. How to heal a chameleon wound. I don't feel like myself. I know pain, clean, contained. This is something else. I don't know how to be this body. This house that's falling apart as I'm watching. I don't wanna let it cave. I just wanna know the way. I don't know how to be home, home, home in this body. I can't bear all this waiting, don't know it's real. Hazy instincts say I'm fine. I feel crazy, don't call me crazy. I can't bear all this waiting, don't know it's real. Hazy instincts say I'm fine. I feel crazy, don't call me crazy, don't call me crazy.
Nice. That was fun. A little de-stress. So a lot of the folks I'm seeing in the chat, not all of you, but some of you have heard these songs already. I have my little listening committee, so I know y'all probably don't have questions because you're sick of hearing these songs. But if any of you, are curious about any aspect of the EP, about making these songs, feel free to throw a question in the chat. Trying to think of some fun facts. Played with some sick synths for In This Body. That was fun. Took us a while to find the right one. We were just scrolling through synth banks being like, ooh, ooh, trying to find the one. Yeah, trying to find the one that was accurate for that big buzzy feeling that we wanted. And it was hard. I never knew how many kinds of buzz exist in synth banks. So that was definitely fun. This next one, I'm actually very excited that it's on this EP because I think it's a song that has connected with people for a while. Yes, when Adam and I initially met to do songs together, was it at a show that you heard me play it? Yeah, so he heard me play it at a show, and he was like, I want to produce that. And that was 3 years ago, and we decided to produce a different song instead. But finally we got around to this one, which was nice. You want to strum real quick? Yeah, just making sure. Yeah, so this song I wrote initially. This is actually great. This is a fun little story because there's this thing I call the fever, which I think everyone else calls, getting in the zone. And that's actually for most of us quite rare. Most of us just show up and try to write the thing and try to work on it and hope that inspiration shows up, maybe. And this is one of the rare ones that really came out in a lightning bolt. Like the fever just, you know. I was a little tipsy on rosé at the time. I always feel the need to disclose that. But I can't remember what happened. I went down a Google rabbit hole and I was reading about astronauts and just what they do up there and what their days consist of. And I remember thinking, man, that must be so lonely. It must be so hard to be so far away from everyone you love for so long. I think the longest mission on the space station has been a year, maybe a little longer than that. And your whole existence is just completely different. And I just thought, man, that is an extreme version of a long distance relationship. And interestingly enough, a lot of the folks who connected to this song at shows or online have told me it's because they are far from the people they love. And even though they're not astronauts, they very much connect to it. I was very lucky, very honored to play this song at the wedding of some of my dear friends. I think they are watching. So that was really lovely because they had a very long distance relationship almost up to their wedding. And so it was incredibly special to play that and watch them dance to it. That is a memory I treasure. When I wrote the song originally, it was called The Astronaut's Wife. It is now called Astronaut because I wanted to be a little more inclusive. The fun fact about this song is, without sharing too much and trespassing on other people's privacy, this song made its way into the awareness of an actual astronaut's wife, who reached out to me and was able to kind of tell me how much it meant to her. And I have a little patch she sent me of one of the space shuttles, which is really lovely. And that is really all I can ask for from these songs. So I really hope one of them, all of them, end up connecting to you, resonating with you. So without further ado, this is a song called Astronaut.
Do you miss it down here? I'd guess no, when the stars are so bright and so clear where you are in the blue, so deep that it's black, so much vaster than you. How long has it been since you thought about anything 200 miles below, where you float with the moon making faces so close to your own? Don't you know you're free? And when I can see the points of Cassiopeia, I curse the skies where I can't be. Do you miss this old town? Do you know that it's June? There are blooms on the ground. Come the nights, there's a breeze. I pretend it's some kind of sign that you're sending me. Up there you're skipping seasons, but me, I try just breathing while you're trying not to. There's so little to spare when it comes to air. Don't you know I need you? see the points of Cassiopeia. I curse the skies where I can't be. I may never go any further than crossing an ocean. No skies cracking open. I'd rather get my heart broken or see the moon shining on the opposite wall, or jump from a cliff into water for the thrill of the fall. For me, that's enough to be always continually falling in, falling in, falling in love. Do you miss it down here? I hope so. Stars can't love you like I do, my dear.
Got a little feline friend.
I thought that was me. I was like, how many notes am I playing at once?
So that's Astronaut. Very excited for y'all to hear how I don't know why I'm putting this down. I'm using it for the next song. I'm just so used to switching at this point. I'm very excited for y'all to hear how we ended up building it out. It is stunning. It is spacey. Cat friend wants to be in on the show. No, I do not need a capo. Let me.
She's applauding you.
She's expressing her appreciation. I just want to check through the chat. Hello, friends. Ooh, I see some question marks in here. How do you feel in your body now? Well, actually, knock on wood, pretty good these days. We'll see how that goes, but you know, so far I'm lucky that my pain is definitely more manageable. Being in a body is hard, y'all. Sometimes it's just dragging around a meat sack and wishing you were an orb. It's hard sometimes, but I'm doing okay, considering. I love all of y'all saying that you're never gonna get sick of my music. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hope that y'all are streaming this EP when it drops at midnight for the 8 hours that you're sleeping on mute. Best synth name on the EP, I don't remember any of the names, but they were all ridiculous.
Shit, yeah. That's a good
It's like, you know, Peach Bubbles and Big Dogs and Mailbox Junk. I don't even know. It's all stuff like that.
Junk is my punk side project.
Show us the cat. Sadly, we cannot. Maybe at the end. Maybe. I don't know how averse she is to spotlights. She is chatty, as you can see. Okay, so we are on the last song of the EP, and then we're gonna play a couple to end. I honestly don't want to tell y'all too much about this song. Dramatic sip of tea. Because I think it is better left up to you to enjoy. What I will say with it is I knew I wanted it to close the EP. I think all of us have felt the feels that are in this song, which is essentially you have a good thing, you know it's fleeting, you don't want to let it go. So this is the final track on Maybe the Light. And this one is called 7:23 a.m.
Come morning's not reached this bed. Stay here, I'll keep my fingers laced at the back of your neck. We don't have to know what this is yet. Eyes open, you drink me up. Shy, there's something I would never accuse you of. We don't have to put a name to it. If we're quiet, maybe the light will stay like this. 'Cause I can hear the noise out there, dark and humming. Seems there's always some kind of storm coming. But there's shelter to find in your skin on mine. I know this has to change sometime. Fragile, like the skin underneath your eyes. I trace the circles. We don't have to put a name to it. We don't have to run before we step. But ain't it something how close we fit?
So that is Maybe the Light in its entirety. Which is wild. I feel like it went by so quickly. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna hop in the chat to chat with y'all. Yeah, we have a good amount of time, so I'm gonna do just a couple more. I'm gonna, let's see. Yeah. I might boot you off stage, unless you want to just sit here. It's up to you, because you're gonna come back for the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be weird to just sit here.
Okay, then you are welcome to be booted then. I don't know, can he? Is that strange, y'all? Fellas!
Ladies.
There we go. So you know what's funny? I see a request here in the comments, and yeah, I think we could do. I mean, we still have so much. I think we can do 3 more. So I'm gonna do that. Ooh. I thought I would close out the show with a couple of songs from my November Song Challenge. If you were living under a rock in November, excuse me, I wrote somehow 30 songs in 30 days and then went to sleep for all of December. So I thought I would play a couple of those because y'all seem to like them. Let's see. Again, feel free if you have questions, if you're curious about anything, throw them in chat. I will try to answer them as best as possible. And now it's sharp. I hate this, y'all. Which of you is it? Yes, that's true. Thank you. My silent team letting me know that I'm not using all my equipment to the best of my abilities. Oh, so it is you. Okay. So I'm just going to play this one, which is... Oh, it's a sad song, but we like those around here, don't we? Or you wouldn't be here. So... This is one I wrote about essentially being the quieter one in a love and wanting to be more than you are for the person that you love. And it's just difficult to do that. It's hard to be anyone other than yourself. So this one's called Wasn't Made for Running. If freedom had a face, it'd have your eyes. The color of open sky. Your window cranks and four-wheel drive, but I always tap my fingers at a yellow stoplight. I know you don't want to stay here, feeling tethered, too much heavy weather. I want to be sun for you, I'm trying, but I do the dishes with sore fingers. I can't leave them overnight. I want to be wild for you, sink my teeth in how my love. I wasn't made for running, baby, but I wish I was. You gave me so much room. It turns out something about me was suffocating you. The worst is that there's no one here to blame. We're just not the same. But could you learn to love a tame thing? I want to be wild for you, sink my teeth in how my love. I wasn't made for running, baby, but I wish I was. I wish I was. Is this the best we can do? No room for compromise. If I don't set the alarm, will you just stay the night? Won't fight the ocean, but I'll wait for the change in
sink my teeth in. Oh, my love, I wasn't made for running, baby, but I wish I was. I wish I was. I wish I was.
So that's Wasn't Made for Running. Oh, that was sad. We got to play something else. Ah. This next one is a little sad, but I would think it's more, it actually, to me, it has a happy ending. It's just shocking for my songs. Now I get to do reprise, I never know which one it is. Reprise of the tuning song. I saw a cheeky little request for this in the chat box, and I quite like it. It's one of my favorites of the November challenge. So I highly recommend any and all of you to listen to the lovely, the spectacular, fantastic Laura Marling, who was a huge influence for this song. This is about as folk as I get. And I was thinking about characters, because I often write from my own perspective. And so I decided to write from a character's perspective. And I wanted to write about, because I myself was feeling a little sick of New York at the time, pandemic, obviously. I decided to write about someone who left the city because it was not their cup of tea. Because I think as I get older, that becomes more and more of a thing for me. And I didn't write it from her perspective, but from her friend's perspective, because I think other people see you differently, obviously, than you do yourself. Let's see if I can remember how to play this. This might be interesting. There we go. Ah, yes, okay. It's like, do I remember how to play this? Anyway. So this is a song about that person. And her name is Emmeline. We're doing a test run. Oh boy. Y'all, I haven't played this since November. Okay. Yeah, it's very folky. All right. We will see if I remember all the words.
I've just come from Emmeline's. Hadn't seen her in the longest time. Her eyes are still golden green. I think that she's doing just fine. We talked about the early years, the parties in the city we craved. Ooh.
You know what? We're gonna cheat a little bit and have the lyrics. We can do that. Because I don't want to keep y'all too long. Because I love this song. It's just been months since I played it. My goodness. All right, here we go. There we go. Yes, here we go. Sorry.
I've just come from Emmeline's. Hadn't seen her in the longest time. Her eyes are still golden green. I think that she's doing just fine. We talked about the early years, the parties in the city we craved. We never fit in with the blue bloods and stiffs, but oh, we loved playing the game. You see, when you're young, you're like the sun, always one from a scene. I can tell you I was never brighter than when I stood next to Emmeline. I asked her what made her leave. She put down her coffee and sighed. She said, I started not to recognize me in that circus of beasts in the light. That is not where I wanted to die. She said, when you're young, you're like a gun, just one stray move from a scene. They said I was crazy, I had it made, but if being sane is just noise and sweet talk and greed, then I'm glad that's not me. Just as I made to go home, I felt I should apologize. But she stopped me halfway and said, you should taste my tomatoes in summertime. Maybe in a few months you'll come by. And she took my hand and smiled. When you're young, you're like the sun, and all you want's to be seen. Oh, but I think I'm coming to it now. No one saw me quite like Emmeline.
Woo! That was Emmeline. Thank you for sticking with me through that. So that is the story of Emmeline and how she said, screw you, New York, and went to grow tomatoes somewhere delightful. All right. I'm going to call the lovely Mr. Tilzer back on stage for our final song.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Y'all are lovely. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. They are such a good audience. There's lots of caps lock in this chat box, which I'm hoping is a good thing. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're not all just screaming in your houses. All right. Yes, that's why I played that one too, because it was in the correct tuning. Give me a strum just so I know what. Give me sound. No, like.
I know. Just making sure I'm playing it right.
I know. Yeah, okay. Clap, clap, clap. Yes, I love it. That's one of my favorite things to see in a chat. Clap, clap, clap. Very nice. I see Jordan Popke, yes, in reference to Emmeline leaving New York. Did she head for the desert sky? Well.
Wah, wah. Dad joke.
So, once again, a song I hope you're all familiar with. This is our final song. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you on the stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for pre-saving, pre-ordering the EP. If you haven't done either of those things, you should. There's links everywhere on my socials to be able to do that. You can just do a little click. It'll show up in your Spotify library. Do a couple more clicks. You can pre-order it on Bandcamp and, pay what you like. You should also have tipping info on my various socials. Venmo is at Paola Bennett, my full name, no spaces. PayPal is, I think it's like the paypal.me/Paola Bennett. Very easy to remember, just my name. There's an O in there, there's one T in there. Tips are not required, always appreciated as an independent artist. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing this space in the ether. It's definitely a little strange because I'm like, this should be a big celebration. It's so quiet in this room. But I see all your caps locks. I love you. I appreciate you. I cannot express the depth in a video, in my voice, of feeling I get from y'all being here with me. And I really hope that these songs speak to you in their full-fledged form, dropping at midnight. I will be staying up. You are not required to, but I hope you do, so we can share in that lovely midnight magic. So I'm going to steal a little on-stage gimmick from Elijah Man and say, I have been and always will be Paola Bennett. And this is Adam Tilzer, who produced Maybe the Light, which we have now played for you in its entirety and which will be dropping at midnight. And so, to send us out, and in response to Did Emmeline Head for the Desert Sky? Well, this is a song that you should be familiar with. Where's my pick? That I think we all need in this time of pandemic when we shed things that we feel we've outgrown or no longer work for us. And this is a song called Desert Sky. Summer rising from the pavement black, the small of my back. It's been a while. Don't make it my fault that you haven't called. I say I've been thinking about driving out to California, finding room to breathe. Your doubtful hard line of your mouth, oh, you don't think I have the nerve to leave. So I'll head for the desert sky, leave all the people, the neon lights, run into something new. This city looks too much like you. Drunk and tired, I find every excuse for this feeling except you.
Same old dance, repeat and reminisce on when we made sense. I say I shouldn't wait for something good to come around. I've got to seek it out. You say, do you know what it is you want though? And I think I do, and it's not you. So I'll head for the desert sky, leave all the people, the neon lights, run into something new. This city looks too much like you. So I'll head for the desert sky, leave all the people, the neon lights, run into something new, something new. So I'll head for the desert sky, follow the moon and the car tail lights, nothing to lose to prove. This city looks too much like you. Like you.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Da, da. That was off key. Anyway. My voice said that's enough. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I cannot tell you how much it means, and I really, really hope that these songs sit with you. They find their way, burrow their way into your rib cage, and sit with your heart in the cutest possible way. Oh, I love y'all. I'm clapping all the way from Argentina. Yes, that is the energy we love to see. You are all so delightful. The Paula Bennett cinematic universe. I love that. I love that concept. I would like that concept to be correct and true. All right. Because I have outdone myself and I'm only 3 minutes over stream, I'm going to leave it here. So thank you again to all of you for being here and tipping info on socials, pre-save, pre-order on all socials. The songs drop at midnight. I hope they are valuable to you in whatever way that means. Mwah! I love you, and now I'm going to go eat a lot of food to celebrate.